Alright, bottom left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the blue Protoss. This is going to be ShoWTimE. While on the top right, our red Zerg is going to be SHIn. Yeah, I obviously I play games on my PC, so I sit here a lot to play. I have the couch TV set up on the other side, but I don't really play much on my consoles, and I don't really watch TV there because it's... If me and Helm watch TV, we watch it like downstairs or upstairs. Like up in the bedroom or down in the living room, so... Yeah, we just have I have that TV basically for playing consoles, but I don't really play my consoles a lot, basically. We use it sometimes. We've been playing Split Fiction a little bit. It's been fun. Game 1 of this best of 3 PvZ. I've really liked watching SHIn ShoWTimE the last couple times they've played. It's been very exciting as the Nexus comes up here initially. Just gonna get that underway. The pool and the hatch coming online. Nexus coming out as well. Yeah, like I said, I've really enjoyed SHIn ShoWTimE when they've played recently, so hoping for some cool games. Guess we'll see what happens. So a lot moving around. The Stargate builds up for ShoWTimE. We will just be the couple of lings going after the probe. Yeah, we just wait for that Stargate to come through. Ling speed coming up on the side of SHIn, so we get that underway. Probe's pulling back across, just gonna see that Stargate finishing in a couple of moments. And we have ourselves the Ling just gonna go after. The Adept will get there. Zergling gets picked off. And we'll get Oracle, the Adept, continue to come on through. Guys, next time that I try and do 4 PvZs in a row, please remind me. 4 games of having to do early game PvZ in a row. It's a struggle. I really do not manage to get through early game PvZs very well or very excitingly at all. Ay, ay, ay. Pain. Pain. Hatcher going up. And we do have ourselves the, like I say, the extra gate coming online. So we'll see where ShoWTimE takes this. For now, just a second Oracle looking to be pretty standard in these early stages. A couple of queens are going to come stepping across as well. You're just going to be sitting there, the Oracle pushed around. And again, a couple of queens will just be hitting that Oracle for a few moments. So pushing that around, the Nexus is coming up. Extra Zerglings continue to come out. The Assimilator's on the way. Those depths will go shading, so going to get straight across towards the upper right-hand side. It's just going to go right on over. Once again, this Oracle Adept pressure. We just got to see it working against Young Yakov. Let's see how SHIn does against this. Currently 14 lings on the map and the 6 queens, which are spread across the multiple bases that are up. And the Adepts will threaten that first shade, I think. You don't need to commit to that because you're already onto the 3rd base, and that's exactly where we turn to. Stay Sword only gets 1 Zergling, so not super effective, as the Oracles will probably save their energy now to try and just trade and pick off some drones, for example, or obviously hit Lings as well is nice. The Lings in the main base We'll get across here. This is 10 drones going down, though, so this is pretty serious damage. Let's be realistic. 12 workers killed. I'm looking for SHIn. I came in looking at SHIn for an answer of, oh, well, how do we defend this? And the answer is apparently we don't defend it very well at all. 14 dead drones super early in this game, and SHIn is going to be in trouble on Sandworm, because that's a lot of workers lost. We only lost the Adepts as well from ShoWTimE. He also got 9 blings for them, and obviously that means the Oracles are still up and running, and they can still continue through. And yeah, great start from ShoWTimE. Get some good damage done early. And that's early damage for that amount of drones as well, so he's going to be loving that as we now get ourselves a couple of these Oracles able to activate, and a couple more drones going down already on the natural. And the +1 missiles coming up on the Evo Chamber, +1 attack on the Forge, plus Blink on the Twilight. The transition looking very good from ShoWTimE at the moment. No real surprises there just yet. Oracles come back through. The Logan's going to knock down the rocks. We're going to hit again. Oracle will take a few more shots. The gates and the Temple Archive still on the way through. We have ourselves the +1 missiles, Roach Speed, and Roaches coming about as well. The Stalker's going to be there to turn the Zerglings away. So they're going to get turned back around over to the right-hand side. A couple of the Oracles going to start getting some energy back on them too. Again, +1 on Blink coming online. Add a Temple Archives into play. And a couple cannons on as well. Once that Stasis Ward going down, the Zerglings will take a moment to knock through the rocks here, open up this space. Stalker's going to get rid of that Overlord. That's going to go down. The Queen's going to get the Oracles. That's nice. The Stalker's trying to press up. The Ling's definitely having a good opportunity to put some damage out. So just going to hit the hatch. Continue to back away. Just going to be seeing the Lings going down. The Roaches continue to come over as well. And Roaches just keep on chasing forward. Stalkers continue to take a beating. It's going to see a couple more Stalkers warping in. The Ling's going to get caught in a stasis. Storm coming up, charge coming up. +2 attack coming in as we have ShoWTimE trying to hold on, but I mean, this Roach Ravager force is just hitting him hard. And right now, with Storm coming up, I'm not even sure if that saves you, because you're going to have to get some Storms off on what? The Roaches? I say save. Do we need saving in ShoWTimE? I kind of feel like we do. That High Templar got a little bit of healing off a battery, so we keep it alive. Even if I guess we just hit a Storm and some reinforcing Lings as ShoWTimE drops 1 Storm off, that's going to be it. The unit's still swinging across here from SHIn, and ShoWTimE's third is genuinely in trouble, as the start of this game was so good, and yet here we are in a world of trouble right now as SHIN's attack is looking extremely powerful. ShoWTimE, like I say, that Storm investment hasn't done enough. We're still kind of holding on. We're getting rid of enough of these units in the front lines, it seems, at least. A couple of these Roaches going down. We warp in another round of Zealots. So they will pop up. The Oracle going to get some energy back. The Zealots will charge in, and the Ravager falls. We blink for those Roaches. Put those down as well, so those Roaches will be chased away. And a couple cannons. Facility all continuing up here. Another little revelation as the Ling Roach peels over to the sides. Cannons on the way, Robo Facility on the way. I'm just going to be seeing the Ling Roach again peeling back around to the left side from SHIN's. Just going to set up with that. We've got another Ravager joined together. Does ShoWTimE have any kind of road to recovery? I mean, like I say, he's got Storms, so High Templar's getting time to get some energy is nice. The economy is still there from ShoWTimE. He just needs a good fight against the Roach Ling Ravager force that's going to come at him once again. He's still 4 bases. Like, he's actually in a fine spot. It's just the amount of army that ShoWTimE has might be an issue. Let's see. going to split on two different sides. ShoWTimE's going to fully commit to defending on the top. He's got nothing on the bottom, apart from obviously the stack defense. That will buy some time. We're just going to try and chase those High Templars. It feels like an okay hold again, but I guess we've not really killed that much. The rate at which certain supplies going up is kind of scary at the moment, as ShoWTimE's immortal in the front is not exactly ideal. If you want this to live, then that's not really where you want it to be. The units come back from the other side. Couple of Corrosive Valves going to be blinked away from. And we just have too many Roaches on the right still. Currently, the Archon's going down. That Roach Ravager force continues to push on through. Stalker's still dying. Zealots are dropping. It really looks as though GG's going to get cold. Man, what a great start for ShoWTimE that just completely disintegrates. The game continues by a little bit. GG's. SHIn will get himself game. Top right side, the blue Protoss player. This is ShoWTimE. He is going to be down a game after such a great start. Let's see if he can dig himself out of that. Heading into this game 2 against SHIn, our red Zerg in the bottom left corner of the map. Actually, going down onto the low ground, just going to be seeing the probe moving about. Comes over, probe getting chased, magic gas and pool all coming up. But Nexus and Cybercore getting going. And Cybercore coming about, assimilator coming through. Excellent Cybercore will come up, the probe coming over. A couple queens, the ling speed coming online as well. We had on a drone. Get this up and rolling. Just see those couple lings going to go chasing, and that probe is going to get hunted for a couple of moments. Again, ling speed coming about, the queens and the drones come up. We had the Zerglings on as well. Well, we just move about a little bit. The Adepts continue to move about. Just going to be having the hatch, the ling speed coming over for a few moments. The Adepts going to set up for a couple of moments here. As again, the ling speed comes about. The extra drones come through. We are just going to be seeing a couple of Adepts from ShoWTimE stepping up toward the top. So I'll have that ling speed coming online. The extra Overlords in production here. And Warp Gate will build, the Oracle on the way, adding on the gateway from ShoWTimE also, and the few Zerglings from SHIn just going to try and show up on the right side, but to no avail. Too many units going to be nearby. Oracle activates, a couple of those lings taking some damage. The extra queen's coming about. We still got the Oracle building on the Stargate. With the gate finishing up and the oracles come about. Lings coming through, the queen's on the way. This is 35 drones from SHIn, so 16 lings right now is kind of a commitment that's not helping you catch up in that work account, basically. 2 oracles cruising overhead, the 3rd oracle in production still. And the oracles will just activate and go after a couple of those drones. Just going to pick those off nice and comfortably. A few of those workers going down. Just going to see all the lings that heading to the other side as the adepts and the oracle will go after our zerglings as well. The battery's coming up. The next is going to be finishing these adepts. It's going to finish up in that mineral line as the oracle steps forward. The adept's going to come through. The lings right there as well as the first oracle goes down. Second and third oracle trying to fight. You see this ling queen push hitting dangerously quickly. With one oracle down, the other oracle's out of energy. It's only the adepts left, but they're going to get rid of the lings, and then the queens obviously can't transfuse off creep, so they're not going to be able to do too much more themselves. And this is looking as though ShoWTimE is going to have, at least for the moment at least, right now, a bit of defense coming through. The defense made, well handled by ShoWTimE. I like what he did with the oracles too. He lost one, but then he pulled the others back and said, cool, I can keep these alive and just keep them alive for the future. I don't need them to clean up the rest of this defense. Didn't put those in any troubling position. Yeah, SHIn, as I said, he was making a lot of lings off of low drones. And now the problem is you're trying to drone up, but ShoWTimE's got adepts left to come across the map and put some pressure onto you. So that's not going to be ideal. In fact, that's going to be pretty darn rough as it comes straight over. If nothing else, you're forcing units right now, and if SHIn has to build units, even if you're not trading with those units, him having to build units is already him not building drones to play catch-up. So it's a good move out from ShoWTimE pretty much no matter what. You have the Blink and the +1 going up. The Stalker's going to get there. They're going to get this Overlord. Knock that down. Adepts and the Stalkers continue again. A couple of Oracles will step across too. Making a couple moves as we have the Queens moving over. And this will missile attack coming up right now as well, so we bring that straight over as well. Stalker Adept pushing into the center here. A couple Oracles overhead, gathering around also. And gathering again, the stasis coming through. Couple of the Queens taking damage. We also see our Stalkers fighting. A couple of Adepts are going to be right there as well. Still got some Lings out into the middle. And he keeps on pushing. There goes a Queen. Just keep on poking about. Just going to see those Lings coming across once more. The Hydras are stepping up. Stalker's going to back away. Good stasis wards, catching a bunch of those Zerglings. Things get turned around on the other side again. ShoWTimE just pressuring with this army, and because he had the defense earlier against a committed attack from SHIn, he's looking to be very powerful with this army as well. Looking to tie up this game, or this series, if he can win this game. And right now it has been good fights for him. Resources lost is heavily in his favor. He's got a better work account than his opponent. You could even argue ShoWTimE doesn't even need a fight because SHIn is less, is less on workers. But I think the thing is ShoWTimE can fight without losing much as well. And I think that's what ShoWTimE's going to do. I don't think he's going to run straight in here and force his way to fight right here. He's just going to sit at bay, hold back a little bit. Have a couple moments to think about what his plan will be as the Oracle drops another Revelation down. Hitting the Lings, hitting the Hydras. On the right side, a couple Lings already coming through for the Nexus. The Zalt will swipe, a couple of the Lings will fall. To attack. Thermal Lance charge continue to come online on the Twilight Council as well. And yet one stays toward coming down. Just going to see a couple of these Zealots continuing through. Got the Muscle Organs on the way. Ling Hydra coming up. +2 attack still coming in on the forge. We're all going to see Ling Hydra still stepping forward. A couple of Lings beginning to go down as the Lings want to try and wrap around a lot of those units. The Sorkers going to get jumped on as the Hydras are able to do okay, but I mean the Stay Swords are going to help a lot as well. It takes a lot of the bulk out of this army. And ShoWTimE already having his first Colossus just adds so much to this as well. Some actual splash damage against the Ling Hydra for the moment. And he's just going to be seeing the couple of Hydras coming through. The Stalker goes down. Hydra's going to be getting hit. The rest of the units coming in from the other side. Hydra's still taking shots. We will just be seeing ShoWTimE having clearly more than enough. That is going to be GG's, as we are going to go 1-1 between SHIn and ShoWTimE. So, SHIn, ShoWTimE. Good game. Big one as well, because like I say, ShoWTimE 2-1. You win this as ShoWTimE, and you are guaranteed to move through the group, right? You're 3-1. You know, Trigger and SHIn can't both catch you, so that would be a really good turnaround after what was disappointing start to the day for ShoWTimE, losing out to Trigger. Obviously from SHIn, he's got this match and then versus Trigger left to play. If you lose this one, it puts a little bit more pressure on that series versus Trigger, so that might even be a Trigger versus SHIn, just winner is in, loser is out situation. I'm not 100% sure how map scores are working there right now, so I'm not going to get too ahead of myself, but we will see. Game 3 then, as we kick this off, and we just have the Overlord coming about, Hatch, Gas, and Pool coming over, the Gateway getting settled, and we just have our Overlord moving over the upper right-hand side. So just going to try and see what's up. Overlord journeying through, the Hatch and the Pool coming online. We add on a drone as well. Just going to get that settled straight in here. On our Overlord for a few moments as the link speed comes up, and a couple of links coming through. We had on the Queens Stargate building on the side of ShoWTimE, so he will get that Stargate up and running. If SHIn wins 2-1 and Trigger wins 2-0, ShoWTimE still advances over SHIn. Yeah, I'm not sure. It wasn't updated on Wikipedia when I went in game already, so we'll see what the result of this is. Once we know the result of this, it's going to be much easier to predict what happens, so we will see. The depth continue to gather up. Those Queens joining, just going to ourselves the Lings coming through, Ling speed building. They're just going to shade around as the Queens are going to get a few shots off. Oracle just going to step across. All gathers again. The couple Queens coming online. The Nexus sets up on the third base. We have a few drones building. Looks like a pretty peaceful opening here on Frostline for the moment as we get this establishing. Okay, we're coming down. A couple of simulators will build. Nexus on the third, as I've already mentioned. Just going through the paces as the first few minutes of this really are quite passive. But we've got an Oracle to follow now, at least. Get straight down the bottom left side with this, full of energy. Gonna just go for some zaps initially. I'm just gonna fly in and say, don't want to risk it. So just gonna turn around and back up from that one with immediate effect. So yeah, Forge and Twilight both still coming through. I'm just going to be seeing a few Adepts gathering up, the Oracle of ShoWTimE heading down toward the bottom left as well, seeing what else we can find for the next few moments. Let's get a couple of the creep tumors, the Oracle's overhead. So the Oracle coming about, just going to be coming back through. And again, the first one in the charge coming about. We've got ourselves a couple of gates coming online. Templar Archive is going to drop into the back of the main. And the Oracle will continue to go for the hatchery. So yeah, just getting to the fourth base. ShoWTimE going to open a bit differently, going into that charge at first. So he's going to go charge, actually loses the Oracle, the Queen's got the kill there. Yeah, charge, gates, Templar Archives, and Robo Facility all come about. The Oracles continue to move around a little bit as well. Just for a few moments here. As again, that group of spans will start up. 7 Hydras in production from SHIn right now. As the army of SHIn begins to move across the map. So just going to see Zerglings heading over the right-hand side. Straight toward that mineral line. Extra drones coming about, the Hydra's coming through, +1 in charge. Building at the moment as the Oracles of ShoWTimE will continue to the upper right side. So again, just going to move straight over. Storm added on, charging the +1, adding on. Again, Storm is going to be building up the Arc on the Prism, had a High Templar, Infestation Pit on the third base, and a couple of Oracles still making their way over that right side. Trying to see what's going on. Oracle gets a little revelation. The Prism of Zealots down to the south, a couple of Oracles still back up to the top. Storm coming about, just going to be seeing the +2 coming about as well. The Immortal coming through on the Robo Facility. More High Templars just joining together. Still got that Storm coming through. A couple of Hydras are going to go after the Zealots. And that hatchery just going to be caught. And the rest of this Ling Force still moving around. So still just on a little bit of a cruise. Seeing where we can get to with those Zerglings. Everything gathering up, +2 attack, and the Immortal production is on the way. ShoWTimE just taking a 4th. I mean, SHIn, 82 workers, obviously heading to the Lurker Den, heading to the Hive. Just gonna see that Lurker Den is about to finish up. As again, a couple more Spine Crawlers building for the moment. Over the right. Got a lot of units coming through. Just going to see that Overseer falling. Does ShoWTimE want to push? I don't really know if he does. I mean, I think this is a game where ShoWTime's like, oh, you're kind of leaving me be. If you're leaving me be, I'll just do my thing. Fleet Beacon comes up. I take another base. You know, I get settled. I get comfortable. There's no reason for ShoWTimE to make this an aggressive game. It doesn't need to be that, like that in the first place, basically. So, kind of like the process right now as the Ling Hydra Lurker continues up. And the Spine Crawlers are very much so still on their way. And this entire army of SHIn getting to the top side as the units gather together. Lings will try and step across, just going to see a couple of those Lings getting picked away out. Those Lurkers burrowed. Knock down the pylon, a couple of Storms hitting the Hydras. The Lurker taking some shots too. ShoWTimE now under some duress. He's going to hit the other side of the map with some Zealots. They're going to get a couple of Queen kills, which is nice. So we'll check in on that in a second, see how far it goes. Our Spine's there, so he might not get super far, but even if you break through like a Spine Crawler or two, it's progress for the next time that you get across. He's actually going to start getting a couple of drones as well, so not a bad attack for those Zealots. And Storm's definitely helping ShoWTimE to soften things up here, but can he still get on top of those Lurkers? That's definitely the problem right now. The actual next round of Zealots comes in from the left side, so they're going to flank a little bit. The Immortal's starting to get in reach of the Lurkers, and we are going to clean up. ShoWTimE shuts down SHIn's force. A lot of Lings just flood in right now. Can the Zealots do their thing and protect? Yeah, we lose one Immortal to the right side, but the other Immortal gets saved. Nicely done. Ling Hydra continues to build. You see the rest of this army coming. The Overseer going down. The Overseer coming about. We're just going to contaminate the mothership that's on the way in from the Nexus. So, slow that down for a couple of moments and stop ShoWTimE from making progress further through this. Yeah, what's up, Merham? Help, I don't know how to unsubscribe. You just keep clicking. You actually don't have to do anything. I think it unsubscribes itself after a while. Yeah, just let it keep rolling. Thank you so much for the tier 3 sub for 76 months in a row. Incredible. Thank you so much, Merham. Thank you. Army pulls back. Cannon coming through. And Spy again set up. A few Spines coming over. It's going to have ourselves a few Spores coming online as well. Still got Ling the Hydra Lurker moving around the top here. Ducked on that Oracle. It goes down straight away. Lurkers are going to burrow. Hydras are going to get active. And this Nexus will go down. Storms going to get dropped in across those Hydras. Those are actually very good Storms. The Hydras are going to be bruised coming out of it. And ShoWTimE, I think, may still want to capitalize. He's going to try and catch these Lurkers unburrowed. Trying to retreat away. Do we get any of them? Find a couple of Hydras out of position. And he just loses Zealots trying to go up that ramp. More Spines coming up. The Spire coming. I've ducked on the Tempest, so the Tempest gets dragged across. The Archons, Oracle, Immortals, all still going through. We get the few Corruptors still in production. Add on that +3 missile attack upgrade. Add on the +1 air flyer weapon, flyer attack. That's pretty even in this game, and the income's been pretty even as well. SHIn right now is mining more, according to the arrows. I wonder if that's just ShoWTimE needing a 5th base to fully access. Because they've got the same work account, no? Interesting. Yeah, and the +1 air weapons comes up. We add an armor upgrade onto that as well. This army going to be lurching through. Corruptor's out. My mothership is down to the south side. ShoWTimE has not actually built up Tempest in this game, so going without the Tempest right here is... This is fun, because I don't know how much we've really got to deal with as ShoWTimE counterattack apart from a Forest of Spine Crawlers. That doesn't matter too much, honestly. Like, that's very manageable. That's something you can really deal with. Mothership can activate the Cloaking. That doesn't do much either, because we're still next to a bunch of Spores. The stack defense starts to go down. We send the Corruptors and the Viper back to come deal with the Mothership, I guess, but... doesn't exactly save the base for you, does it? At the same time, we're fighting over here. The Lurk is poking up the ramp, and we are going to see the Nexus still under fire. But this base has gone down. Do we recall away? Well, like I said, the Mothership is dead no matter what here. Depends how much you care about all the rest of it. Lose a base from ShoWTimE as well, so we go down to 4 bases versus... I mean, if we count this base, it's still 5, but kind of 4 versus 4 in terms of what's truly mining at the moment. Another ship on the way, the extra immortals come through, the drones all producing on the side of SHIn. And mothership's still on its way out, just going to be adding on those drones, just going to be adding on this missile upgrade. More lurkers as well. ShoWTimE actually going to end up in the center here and not going to commit to the fight. Not as those lurkers burrow up. He decides that's just not going to end well. Lurkers splashing straight through all of his zealots does not really end well for you at all. So yeah, we back away from that idea nice and quickly. Archon Immortal will step over, just going to be having the lurkers coming across in a position once again. The Archons could hit the Corruptors a little bit right now, so I guess the Corruptors are just going to chase for an Oracle or so. Not even going to storm those. There's Hydra Lurker on the bottom right, so ShoWTimE going to be eating some damage up on this base as well. Just going to drop the recall down just to get back in position there. We leave a few units over on this side. If you could intercept these units from retreating, would be nice, get a few kills. ShoWTimE going to try and expand to the 6 o'clock. Obviously, maybe a response to SHIn's topside base. As we do kind of get the catch here, that gives the chance for everything else to catch up, but we kind of need detection for the lurkers. I'm not seeing it right now. There's the Oracle, there's a Revelation. It lands on 2 of the lurkers, but we took a lot of damage already. ShoWTimE taken a beaten. Oh no, that is not good, to say the least. I mean, that's obviously... just the lurkers able to do so much without being shot at all, and then trying to get away, the lurkers were still dealing damage. That really hurts. Corruptors come back across. I mean, this base bottom right probably dies, and unfortunately the mothership is here, so the Corruptors can kill that if they just knew about it. ShoWTimE is going to hit the top left instead, though, and enter base trade mode. It looks as though the mothership will get away, and those 2 immortals too, so ShoWTimE doesn't lose much in retreating. Apart from the fact that this is a fully fledged base trade all of a sudden. In ShoWTimE's army is nice, by the way. Every single unit in ShoWTimE's army is a tech unit. Archon, Immortal, High Templars. There's 2 Stalkers. Those are the worst units on the field right now. 2 Stalkers. And then now just a handful of Zealots warped in as well. So his army is extremely difficult to fight. That's why you need the Lurkers to be kind of preset and burrowed to realistically take a decent fight here at all. Drones continue about. The extra Lurkers come over. Melee upgrade as well. As well, just go caustic spray and robot facility's going to take some shots. And the burrow starts, melee and the carapace continue through. The Corruptor's going to go and get rid of the mothership again. A couple of Archons will hit those Corruptors. I mean, it's still nice to get rid of some of their numbers, even if this may not be something we continue in the game with. SHIn supply blocked, a little bit of money in the bank, some drones just trying a long distance, going to get caught now by Archons too. Do we want to fight into those lurkers? I don't know if ShoWTimE really wants to fight into them at all. We try and lunge forward, but Michel is like, nope, don't like that at all. Just going to pull back again as top left side we have a lot of immortals, but that's such a defensive base, it's wild. It feels like SHIn's been setting up these kind of base trading scenarios for a while, because even this base down here previously had a ton of static defense on it compared to what you might usually expect. Maybe just the way the frost line works, where these bases do get spread out later in the game, and so he just knows that if ShoWTimE's ready to counterattack, he wants to be very ready to deal with those, or at least help himself deal with those ahead of time, or those moments ahead of time, I should say. I need some proper English here. We've been seeing a couple of fungals here and there, kept keeping a couple of units in reach of the lurkers, but I wouldn't say they've been super effective. You are going to get rid of a few more Corruptors again now as this Nexus goes down to the caustic spray. ShoWTimE rebuilt the bottom right, so he gets this base mining once again, and it means that we're still in kind of an equal economy scenario. SHIn's mining more. He's definitely losing more as well. It's not by much though, 2,000-3,000 resource loss difference. Could be a whole lot worse. Lurker's just going to go running back there. The Stalkers will get rid of an Overseer, so that goes down too. Cannons, batteries, again a couple of Nexus continuing about. We do see this army of ShoWTimE still heading over to the bottom left-hand side. We're going to get rid of some of these creep tumors at the moment as well, so we knock down as much of this as we can. Again, Corruptors and Brewers are being brought in. We add in those lurkers. The army going to head down to the bottom right now. Going to burrow up. Jump straight onto those cannons. Celts will just charge across. Again, the lurkers firing. We are going to be seeing the rest of this coming about as well. Stepping back up to the high ground. There is on the far left-hand side those Immortals and Stalkers getting going as well. See the Corruptor going down. I mean, this is getting a little bit crazy, isn't it? Stalker, Immortal, High Templars joining together. A couple lurker shots still going through. High Templars still dying. The rest of this army of ShoWTimE continue to retreat back. They end up joining everything together. A few Broodlords out, making use of those Corruptors. It's not exactly something ShoWTimE's ready to deal with. Army supply is still very similar here, but SHIn is down to what? Just this upper left base? I mean, he's going to rebuild this one that he just lost. ShoWTimE has the top side. This is still mining. This bottom right is still mining. So it does feel like ShoWTimE is now. You can see the arrows. I think for the first time, ShoWTimE is going to take a significant income lead. Over the past 10 minutes, this is the biggest income lead he's had. And he's not had many income leads at the best of times anyway. So it's a severe shift in ShoWTimE's favor. As he's going to come hunting this army down, does he actually want to engage in, or would he be better off continuing to base trade? He says, I'm going to keep base trading. Knock down this base a second time, get underneath and get rid of some of those Corruptors. That's actually important, because if you get rid of the Corruptors, well, there's not as many, you know, you've got Broodlords now. You actually need Corruptors to protect them from air units that might come out as an answer to the Broodlords. So losing Corruptors now is actually a little bit more scary than what it was once upon a time. As we're just going to go pushing in. ShoWTimE going to commit for the natural/third base. I mean, the third base isn't even there. The drone's going down as they transfer, and it's SHIn's choice as to which base he wants to hit next. Looks like he's going to aim for the top. ShoWTimE comes through there. He probably knows this is the last mining base of SHIn up here as well, so that might be his priority. There's a lot of High Templars at home, going to start to storm up to force those lurkers to burrow. Again, the slower you make this attack happen from SHIn, the more time you have to capitalize yourself, as we're in full base trade mode now. We really are, because ShoWTimE's going to get rid of the top left, and SHIn has to start making plays onto these other bases, and he will begin to do just that. He's already down to like 10 drones, though, so like I say, SHIn's not going to have any more building up. We might still have some more building up on the side of ShoWTimE. As those lurkers continue through, the Nexus will go down. A couple of Oracles, the Nexus, both of them on the way up. We had some more Hydras into play. On the other side, it's still Stalkers and Immortals pushing forward here. Getting on top of a couple of Evo Chambers. Hydra's going down. Got 2 more Nexus being added on from ShoWTimE. He's just re-expanding still. He has the money to do so. I mean, he's 170 to 120 supply. It looks very good for ShoWTimE. Still mining, long distancing, getting those bases re-established. The problem that SHIn's going to run into is that his army's more immobile than it's ever been because of the Broodlords. And so he's going to struggle to really hit ShoWTimE, kind of re-expanding in places. A few Zealots will go down here and clean up this lurker. Get that sorted out, deal with that issue. Just still trying to push. The rest of the army gets away. It's going to be seeing the Nexus here will come back online. So like I say, it's a new base for ShoWTimE. SHIn has 0 drones on the map. He's got no money. But he can build 1 drone. If he builds 1 drone, that's all he can build. Some High Templars here. All of these High Templars here, not sure what they're doing on their own, but they will storm to keep themselves alive, and we will attempt to recall the High Lurkers burrow. We kill 1 of those High Templar only. The rest get back alive. That's pretty crazy. I really thought they were pretty doomed, as it looks like ShoWTimE just has so much control of this game. Army supplies are still close, so maybe if ShoWTimE takes a very bad fight. That's why ShoWTimE is not going to go rushing into a fight per se. He's going to like position and try and play defensive, force SHIn to run into the fight, and try and maybe make him engage. I mean, that's also why ShoWTimE just keeps re-expanding. He's like, okay, you know, have this base. I'll go re-expand. I'll long distance mine here. I will just get more resources available, because in the long run, I am winning this base trade scenario. At least he feels like he is. He's got a good read on the game, is what it is. He is actually correct, I think, in how he's playing it and approaching it. We got Templar trying to get out of there. Just going to go for the run as they get chased a little. ShoWTimE's going to go trade bases again. He says, you're all the way over here. There's no way you get back, so he gets in, he'll go after these bases, and now it's just a question for ShoWTimE as to whether SHIn actually has, you know, other structures on the map that he's not aware of. But I think ShoWTimE's had pretty good scouting, so I think he knows if there's something on the map, it's not like the full mining base or anything. It's like just a little bit of something that's been left behind. There's actually a few lurkers up in this main base that are looking to play defense on these final few structures in the game. SHIn is actually on his way home because he knows that he cannot lose these structures. If he loses these structures, this game will end. He has nothing left on the map apart from this, and ShoWTimE has just made a great read on how to get a final fight. SHIn's going to say GG before all structures die. But ShoWTimE will take that 2-1 victory. 25 minutes on Frostline. SHIn and ShoWTimE popping off